So as you'll see, we've basically got the Uno Turbo back in that we previously worked on. We did do some work on that to actually get the paint back up from a really bad paint job. And it did bring the marks back up really well. Unfortunately, we knew it would be soft paint. We recommended a coating on to go on this, so it's going to need a ceramic coating. It's now back in with us to have that done. The downfall to us, or the harsh part for us really, is the fact of we've actually just buffed the car again, and we can see how badly it's marked even in the space of just a couple of months, and it does look after it, so it's just seriously soft paint. So we're going to show you on the wing where we've done a 50-50. And we're going to actually show you the difference in a minute on video, and you'll actually see how much of a difference it's made. We've only got 3 days on this, and 2 days of that could be for the ceramic coating itself, so we're really going to have to crack on with this one now, because otherwise it's just not going to get done and then coated in time. The biggest problem we're going to have with this car is we found a lot of flatting marks from when we previously did the job on the car, and they need to really come out, and that takes quite a bit of time. So again, because we're now short on time because of what we found these doing on the paint, we're going to have to really crack on to get that done. I'm going to show you what we've also found on the wing, on the doors. We found basically like a silicone glue. There's quite a lot of it, and it's from someone incorrectly fitting the actual trims when this car was fully restored, and it was a very expensive respray. So it's a bit poor that this is all they've done, but you've actually got glue all the way down here, which again we'll put on a video for you shortly so you can actually see that. So after a bit more investigation from what we remember last time we worked on the car, there were a lot of dry spots where it had been sanded and flattered and not actually buffed right. They're actually really starting to show through quite badly, because when we first got it, it was pretty much straight from the body shop. So the issue was then the oils and the fillers from the compounds they'd used had hidden a lot. You can see them, but they don't look as obvious, so you work on them, but they can come back, which is why we wanted the car back really to do a proper kind of restoration, because previously we just didn't have the time allocated or available with the customer to really do what the paint needed after its respray, which, as I say, wasn't the best. I'm going to show you the passenger side, and then I'm going to show you the driver's side, which we've spent most of the day actually flatting back and using special sanding discs on there to actually get the paint back, and I'm going to show you the difference. Hopefully the camera will pick it. So as I said, the roof isn't perfect, if we're honest. There is a few marks and defects in there which are actually sanding marks and DA marks, but you really have to look for them, and we're in the booth, so it does make things more obvious. The wet sanding marks and the dry marks that we actually found in the area, especially around here, we've managed to get those out for kind of 95%. This was full of glue, as you probably remember. It's still got a few tiny bits you can just see here. We can't get those out because we're actually going to mark the paint. It's too soft, and we're going to scratch the paint and not be able to fix it. Luckily they're under the actual bumper strip or door strip, so when the car's on the floor they're not obvious like they were before. They were horrendous before. You could see literally runs down here, and it had actually eaten into the paint, so that's took quite a bit of sanding to get those out. But as you can see, the actual finish, the car's wet. The orange peel is gone, which is a big thing, because even obviously new cars have orange peel from standard nowadays. But we've got an ultra wet finish on the car. The blacks are back. The colour of the depth of the actual car's back. And as I say, we just need to actually do the coating now, and that's going to toughen up the finish and also improve it slightly as well. And we'll do another quick video rundown, like a monologue of basically when we actually put that coating on, and it's about to go in the booth properly, frames on, and we're actually going to bake this. So we've got the first layer on now with the ceramic. We are going to base it, and we're actually going to do 2 layers on this. It is only a single stage job, but we're just going to re-layer it just to try and toughen it up a little bit more and give it a little bit more hydrophobic sort of properties really. What that means is that's where the water falls off, and it's got a run ratio, so it's very easy to clean. Things don't stick to it as well, and when you do wash it, literally things just fall off. Like say if it rains and you're driving, you can literally drive down the road, the rain will stop, by the time you get home the car's dry. That's the top coat side of ceramics. There's quite a big kind of myth with ceramics, and a lot of people don't understand them properly, and there's a lot of rubbish out there and a lot of non-ceramic products like silicons. With real ceramics use real toughness, and they're not hydrophobic, so they don't actually repel water, and they actually make the car quite tough. You can rub it and it's quite grabby. So what you tend to do is use a top coat afterwards on a real ceramic. If you use a ceramic that kind of gives you a smooth finish once it's applied, it's not really a toughener. That's the big difference without going into too much detail. We will do a proper video on ceramic really later on, so you can actually understand the brands we use and why. And there's also a lot of products out there that are rubbish, and we'll kind of tell you the differences and what the difference in costs is, and why you need to bake it. We'll do a video on that separately anyway. But as you can see now, we've basically got the lamps on. So what you can see here, they're actually baking and heating the bonnet. We're about to do the roof and the other panels, and then we'll do that full walk around video for you. So that's the wheels off, wheels cleaned fully inside and out, not done with detailing brushes because the wheels are black, and the problem is detailing brushes will mat your wheels. People won't tell you that, videos won't show you that, videos just look cool on the Instagram. Reality is a detailing brush will mat these sort of wheels. You need to use soft wash mitts, really soft wash mitts, or possibly even microfibers that are soaked, but you need to soak them in proper products first. You need to use things like APC, our wide stance, and then you can possibly use things like extreme stance if you need to. That is the way you get a black wheel clean without putting marks in from it. When we refit the wheels, we use a safety nut, safety socket, whatever you want to call it. It's designed so it doesn't mark the wheels. We also use a proper snap-on impact gun, which is controllable, and we can set the speed so we don't damage those nuts when they actually go on, and we don't over torque it. What we do is we also torque everything up afterwards to make sure that the actual settings are right for the car.